So you shipped Watchmen, the end is Nigh, about 2 months ago, almost.
About 2 months ago, yeah.
What was that like? What was the experience like to develop a game based on Watchmen?
No, personally, I think it was professionally successful. We had a really good relationship with Warner. We had a really smooth development. We took a lot of right choices, and we had only a few hiccups. So professionally and from a craftsman point of view, it was a great project. Creatively, I think it's cool to be working with one of those IPs and one of those universes where a lot of people feel a lot about, and I think it was cool to explore that universe and see what could we do within this framework creatively. Because people think it's such a great piece of work, this Watchmen, the graphic novel. We took the choice quite early on that we're not going to do anything within the novel. We're going to do something outside of the novel, and so we took the choice to do the game take place 10 years before the events of the novel. I think that was really the right choice to do, because it gave us a lot of freedom for what were the motivations for what they were doing in the game, but it also allowed us to stay really true to the comic and not having to change any of the universe exactly. So we just expanded on it. We didn't change anything.
And Watchmen was a pretty big download as well, one of the biggest. Was it a struggle to get Microsoft to approve that, or maybe that's not your job to get that approved?
No, we weren't really involved in those discussions between Warner and Microsoft, but we didn't feel any hesitance, whatever, from Microsoft's side. They were just game, basically. They said, cool, yeah, let's do it. And from that point of view, I mean, Watchmen was an experiment on lots of different fronts. It was Warner's first digital distribution title, and it was Microsoft's, I think, first original title past the normal XBLA sizes. I think it clocks in around 1.6 gigabytes, and that was just the first for that. So it was also an experiment from Microsoft's side. So it's exciting to be involved in all those experiments and seeing how the different parties they develop their business models.
Speaking of your ideas, you showed off something called Faith in a 45, and it's been kind of quiet. What's the status on that?
We took this title ourselves towards like a fully spec'd out and fully designed title, and we took it past prototype into vertical slice territory, and then we said, okay, we spent this much money on it. Now we're going to go and sell it, and then we got to get a piece of the pie, bigger piece of the pie, basically. So far, it's been quite well received by publishers, but none of them have signed a deal with us, and I think there are a number of factors to that. One of them is we're at a time where original IP is, for publishers, they think it's a very risky proposition. And we have the dollar exchange rate, which is going down, and most of the publishers, they pay projects in dollars. So, you know, if we were to sell a game with the same budget that we planned out to have, you know, we would get 25% less money in on it. So we were looking at either increasing the price, which is going to make it even more difficult to sell, or we're going to be looking at reducing the scope somewhat of the game to get down to a price point where it's attractive to publishers.
But it's a dangerous sign as well when the industry starts to shy away from new ideas, because that's what has driven the growth of the industry.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to stagnate in the same IPs and the same brands, that's why I love company like DICE, for instance, that they're taking the risk with Mirror's Edge. I think that's really cool that they could do that. But again, it's an internal studio. Publishers feel much more in control. I think it's great that internal studios can get to that, but I also think the industry needs the independent developers to be able to do that. All the great ideas and all the enthusiasm and the new blood that can get into the industry, so we can reinvigorate ourselves and just drum up some interest for games again, because it's becoming very same old, same old.
Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.